Are 13 tournaments scheduled throughout the state, and their next stop is Kentucky. All right, well, it's time for sports.
It is.
And Nick, the Detroit Tigers did not get off to a great start today.
Yeah, Shamir, just when we think that things can't get any worse, the Tigers show us that they can go even lower than they have the day before. We're going to explain why and what happened in today's game. It wasn't pretty. Plus, the Lansing Lugnuts fans are starting to have some great hitting from their guy, Max Muncy. We're going to explain why next on Sports Overtime. Stay with us.
This is Sports Overtime.
Well, welcome into another episode of Sports Overtime. Thank you, as always, for joining us. It was Detroit's 321st birthday today, and the way the Detroit Tigers started their game this afternoon, it made us think that they may have been celebrating on Saturday night. Oh, the Rony Garcia got the start for the Tigers, and just 17 pitches in, he's already in trouble. A grounder hit to Jonathan Schoop. He fires home to try to get Carlos Correa, but he beats the tag to get the Twins on the board. A few pitches later, Alex Kirilloff sends one down the line and off the glove of Willie Castro. That'll bring Jorge Polanco home and the runners into scoring position. Then with the bases loaded, Garcia hits Jose Miranda, bringing him another run home. He would get pulled in third inning due to a bicep injury. Javi Baez also left today's game with an upper arm bruise. No timetable yet on when both of those guys will be back, but Eric Haas was providing some happiness. A grounder through the infield. That'll bring Javi Baez home for his second to get the Tigers on the board. A 3-1 ball game, but it wouldn't be much more exciting than that for Detroit because the Tigers bullpen was struggling to find strikeouts. Michael Fulmer's ninth pitch is a bloop shot into center field, which turns into an RBI double for Luis Arraez as Minnesota would go on to win it 9-1 the final, and manager A.J. Hinch was understandably frustrated after the loss.
You said you're not in a good place as a baseball team.
Yeah.
What exactly do you mean by that? Just injuries?
I mean, have you seen our record?
Yeah.
I mean, that's really the bottom line. I mean, that's why we're here, is to play, to win games. So, and we're not doing it enough, obviously. And we're beat up as a team physically. We're not winning games. Put that combo together, it's pretty miserable. I don't like losing the day's game. You know, I don't get caught up in the narratives, but I don't like losing today's game. You know, we had a chance to beat a team that has really turned the corner. In the last 2 days, we've gotten beat by them. So, that's pretty much how I feel.
Well, speaking of the Minnesota Twins, a good group of their legendary former players were inducted into the Major League Baseball Hall of Fame. Guys like Tony Oliva, and then there's David Ortiz, who started his career with Minnesota before winning 3 Super Bowl rings with the Boston Red Sox. And then there was a former Twins player who just so happens to also be a Michigander. Jim Kaat, the Zeeland, Michigan native who pitched at Hope College before being signed by the Washington Senators in 1957. The Senators would move out to Minnesota to become the Twins in 1961, and Kaat spent 13 seasons with the organization. He had 283 wins, 2,461 strikeouts in his career, while also being a 16-time Gold Glove winner and also a 3-time All-Star. Kaat made several stops with teams in the majors before his final destination with the St. Louis Cardinals. And during his speech, he reflected on reaching the mountaintop with St. Louis.
And in 1982, I finished my career, my last full season with the St. Louis Cardinals. That was the most exciting team I've ever been on and most rewarding year. Because when Bruce Sutter, who's sitting back here, struck out the last hitter in Game 7, it meant that I would be able to wear this World Series ring. And that's what we play for. So I want to thank Whitey Herzog, the manager, all the coaches, every player on that team for enabling me to wear this ring. I am humbled and honored to be included in this fraternity of some of the greatest players to play the game, and I thank you for being part of this wonderful day.
Now to the guys who are just trying to make it to the big leagues. The Lansing Lugnuts have had a roller coaster series against the Lake County Captains so far this weekend. And one player who's given the Luggies fans some hope is Max Muncy, the 4th overall prospect in the Oakland Athletics organization. In his first 3 games as a Lugnut, he already has one of the best on-base percentages on the team, meaning that he's good in getting in situations where he can get some runs for the Luggies. And today he was doing it again in a 1-run game in the bottom of the 7th inning against the Captains. Runners on the corners, and Muncy sends this one into deep center field. This is a home run in most parks, but it bounces off the wall at Jackson Field as Muncy clears the bases with a 2 RBI triple. Some exciting hitting from the 19-year-old, but the Captains scored 4 runs in the top of the 9th inning to get the win, 6-3, the final. It's time for us to take a break, but when we come back, we're transitioning from the diamond to the golf course because the comeback from Tony Finau put on today is something you got to see. We're going to break it all down next when Sports Overtime returns. Welcome back, everyone. We all know how critical the final round of a golf tournament can be, especially on the PGA Tour. And this afternoon at the 3M Open, Tony Finau reminded us all that it's never over until you say it's over. The final round was seen right here on WLNS, and we head out to the 14th hole where Finau is putting for birdie, and it's nothing but smooth butter for the pro. He was down 5 strokes at one point, but that putt put him within one of the leader in red, Scott Piercy. Things started to crumble for Piercy as he got to 14. He finds himself at the beach, and his swing just gets him to the other side of the bunker. His next swing would land in the water. He would triple bogey 14 to put him to 14 under. And for Finau, the fun just kept on rolling on. His putt, where he just look at this putt this afternoon. Check out the break on that one. Gorgeous birdie and a fist pump to get him to 17 under. Then probably the luckiest shot of the tournament on 17. His drive bounces off the grandstands. It almost went into the water, but it just stays on the right side of that yellow line. And then on 18, he had one last putt to finish it off as Finau goes 4 under to finish 3 shots ahead of the pack and win the 3M Open, and he couldn't have been happier to do it with his family by his side.
You're wearing green today, as you always do, to honor your mother. This is the first win where everyone in your family is here in attendance. You put your kids' initials on the ball. What does this one mean?
Yeah, you're going to get me all choked up here. I love my family. I love my mom. I miss her. And it's so special just to have my family here with me and to celebrate this win with them. They mean everything to me. My wife's been a huge support to me, my family back home. There's been a lot of people that have got me to this point, and I'd be selfish not to thank so many people, but my parents and my wife are people that have supported me from day one, and you know, this one's for them.
And what a special moment for that family. Well, the next stop for the PGA Tour is coming to the Mitten State. The Rocket Mortgage Classic is going to start this week down at Detroit Country Club. And in the sports office, we're starting to feel that excitement that this tournament brings every year. Last year's winner, Australian golfer Cam Davis, has a chance to become the first back-to-back champion. He told the Detroit News that he's excited to be back in Detroit and can't wait to get started. And earlier this week, Michigan State men's golf coach Casey Lubon shared with us how important this tournament is to the state of Michigan.
When you talk about the second most courses in the country per capita is Michigan, right? Behind Florida, we have the most golf courses, and we're a golf crazy state. You know, all the way back to the Buick Open, and now with the Rocket Mortgage. For some reason, this state, which has 5 or 6 months of great golf weather, is very passionate about it. And if you watch, I was there a couple weeks ago. We're slowly rebuilding the city of Detroit, and this tournament's a part of that. All the homes around the golf courses are now updated, and they're getting internet access in the hands of more people. So when you can create a fun thing, PGA Tour event, with doing something better for the community, it's awesome.
That's all the time we have for tonight's show. From all of us here at WLNS, we thank you for watching and hope you and yours have a happy and healthy rest of your week. Good night, everyone.